generally speaking, the stock market is now 15%.
If it doesn't get the debt under control, the circumstances you've got is that you've got more borrowings, you've got more, they'll impose more taxes, predominantly on the wealthy. You'll see not only increases on land tax, you'll see, I've seen white papers that have been, well, a white paper that's been put to Canberra on a revenue tax that they've been trying to bring in for about 10 years. And not only GST, but a 5% revenue. So you're taxed on the money that you earn. If you earn $1 million, you pay 5%, and whatever money that you make in profit, you pay corporate rate of 25%. So they tax you on the way in and on the way out. But where does the revenue come from? That's the key. I mean, the revenue's got to come from the taxpayer. That's why land tax has gone through the roof, because the state governments now have increased land tax. Where I know most of the people I know that own real estate, their land tax bills eating between 25 up to, in some cases, nearly 60% of the rent. So where does the revenue come from? They're not allowing, the immigration's not going to take up that work. Productivity is the lowest it's been ever in this country. So I think taxes for both, I don't think they can change land tax from where it is. GST, superannuation, they'll definitely come out. The source of, where they'll gain the debt is that if they don't make these adjustments, the low-hanging fruit is certainly superannuation. Moving tax on earnings to 15 to 20%, I think is inevitable. I think that will happen, and it won't be the baby boomers. So rest assured, the baby boomers will probably get off. That'll be grandfather. But anyone under 60, and I'm under that category, that 15% on earnings will go to 20%, and I think that, on certain tax brackets, I'm happy with that. I'm happy to pay 15% and go to 20% if I'm putting my bid in. But I also want to see, why should I, if I'm consuming and if I'm putting on people and being productive, and I don't consume a lot on stuff I don't need, I think the consumption on things that people that aren't as important to the economy should be taxed. I think that's where the revenue is. It's not a difficult, I mean, it's hard enough running a company, let alone running a country. The problem you've got, of course, you've never had real business people or other than Turnbull, but that's no good if you've got money and you're not liked. That works against you, I think. So you've had no real business people that have made money and understand productivity, capital management, debt management, distribution, sales processes and product. They don't understand that. So it's not an easy one. I hope that's summarised my thoughts.